Morning students, welcome to online classes. This lesson meant for C18 EE 304C third semester diploma students. The subject electrical and electronics measuring instruments. In that we are going to cover the electrical measuring instruments. The main item is the synchronous scope. In last class we have seen different measuring instruments like moving coil, moving iron, dynamometer type, wattmeter, energy meters, single phase and three phase. And now we are going to see an important the measuring instrument used in our genetic station, that is synchronous scope. Before going to our topic, my sincere thanks and courtesy to all authors for sharing their valuable materials in internet for sake of students. Let us see what are the main objectives of this lesson. On completion of this topic, you would be able to know that types of synchronous scope, construction and working of Western type synchronous scope. These are the small topic we are going to cover in this lesson. Dear students, it is a very easy lesson. So, based on your knowledge, we are going to learn it. Okay. In secondary level, you have seen the power system also, how the electrical energy generated in a substation. Okay. So, let us recall what we have seen in previous classes. As we know that already you have seen a DC machine. So, what is the DC machine? So, DC machine consists of yoke. Okay. So, it consists of pole and pole shoe, two pole machine. It has a armature. Armature has a armature winding and carbon brushes. It has a field winding and is connected through here, and at the same time armature also connected here. Simply for example, if I take the armature in representation, this is a A and AA armature winding. For example, this is a field winding Z and ZZ in case of shunt generator. So, we are going to connect here and we are going to give the mechanical input to our rotor, and this armature conductors cuts the magnetic field of this magnetic field. It induces, as per Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, that induces a voltage, that is terminal voltage, and if you connected the any load across this one, it will draw the load current. So, this is a DC machine. But day to day life, if you are observed, the most of the power is AC only. In our domestic, to run in our house, for example, single phase fan. So, it is run with help of single phase AC supply. Okay. Next, I want to run it bulb, tube light, everything, because AC is 230 volts. We are going to take it supply from nearby pole. Distribution people also they are giving the AC supply, single phase or three phase supply they will give. But what will happen in laboratories, we require the DC supply. At that condition we can use the DC machine. Then have you noted how AC supply, AC is generated? Now you are very familiar of how the DC supply, DC energy is generated with help of DC machines. Now I want to know that how AC supply is generated. which machine produce electrical energy in generating stations. You have heard that in case of in Telangana, there is a Nagarjuna Sagar dam. Okay, so Nagarjuna Sagar dam. So there is a number of gates, and the water is flowing inside when rainy season. Here we have the two power plants, that is a HPS, hydropower plants, hydropower stations. We are generating the nearly one unit, that is a one side left and right. So nearly 70 megawatts. Each unit is a 110 megawatt generating station, that is a generator. So each generator is a 110 megawatts capacity. Here so many units, here so many units in hydropower station. If you observed in case of our NTPC, National Power Thermal Power Station, NTPC Ramagundam. So there is a TPS, thermal power station. So here also we are generating the electrical energy with help of the coal is the raw material. So in this case also we are going to use the one generator, that is known as the alternator. In hydropower station we used one alternator to generate the AC supply with the help of water power. And here thermal power station also we are generating the electrical energy with the help of the black coal. In both cases we have used one machine, that machine is known as the synchronous machine, synchronous generator. Synchronous generator. So, a synchronous generator is nothing but simply we can say is the alternator. What is the difference between our generator, DC generator and AC generator? So, only thing is that in DC generator what is happened? The field is stationary and armature is rotating. In that EMF induced in the armature we taken out from with help of the commutator. But whereas AC, so we have the stationary winding armature and rotating magnetic field, and it will generate the AC supply, 3 phase, R phase, Y phase, B phase. Here we are going to get that plus minus only DC supply. Here we are going to get the 3 phase supply. So we can say this is known as a alternator. Okay, suppose I know this alternator. I have the, so you have the lesson also. What is the alternator? Already you know it. So alternator having the stationary armature and it has the rotating magnetic field. So based on once if you are given the mechanical input to this one, it rotates, it cuts the stationary conductors, then induces the EMF. So no need of the slip rings or no need of the commutator in this case. So whatever the EMF induced in the stationary, directly we can collect from the stationary. That is the beauty of the alternators. But whereas in case of DC generator, so whatever the EMF generated in the armature, we have to take it from the commutator with help of the brushes. So that's why it is a limited to some value only, but whereas the AC, so we can generate voltage up to as per our requirement. So each unit is generates 110 megawatts, that means 1 to the power 6 watts. That much of the power we can generate it. So it is easily to install. So the main problem is the insulation problem. So insulation easily inserted here, stationary part, there is no movement of part. Okay, this is the alternator. Now what is happened? So I know the alternator. Suppose I taken that this is my alternator, NTPC. Okay, NTPC, I am the alternate AC alternator, NTPC, and it is generating the how much, for example, you take the 110 megawatts and supplying to nearby one area. So, where it is a load nearly 100 megawatts. Now, it is okay. So, due to the drastic improvement of population and our load demand increased to the 50 megawatts. Now, I connected here also. What will happen? My capacity is the 110 megawatts, but now load demand is the 150 megawatts. Then what will happen? The load demand is more, the power generation is less. Then what will happen? Automatically the quality of the power is reduces. Quality of the power reduces. That means we cannot give the plus or minus tolerance values. Suppose we have to maintain the frequency 50 Hz. Okay, 50 Hz plus or minus 5%, voltage plus or minus 10% to the consumers. But what will happen? Every consumer has a right to get the electrical energy. But this power is only 110, but demand is increased. At that condition, so there is a proposal to install another 110 megawatts nearby this place. Then what will happen? So, this 110 megawatts, another unit 1 to unit 1, then what will happen? Total power is equal 200 megawatts. Then here is the load is 150 megawatts. But if it is up to expansion in future also 50 megawatts it can give us. Okay, this is a one solution. But what is the problem? So, this incoming, this a new alternator generator, before going to connect to the existing system, this is a bus bar system which is connected to the load, we cannot directly give the supply to this incoming machine. So, there is a rules and regulations. What are the methods we have to follow? Okay. So, what is the main problem? So, the here is so we have to take it. So, what happened? So, already, so here, so there is one person is doing is field single person. Now, the field's area increased, is unable to do single person. Then what will happen? So, nearby village there is another girl, she want to help in the field, but what will happen? So, it is there is a one procedure, she has to marry this person. So, marriage is one procedure. After that they will together they will do the work in the field. So, what are the procedures? So, we know that. Similarly, before going to incoming machine with already existing system, so we have to follow some rules and regulations. Already you know that. That is a parallel operation of alternators. So, what are the operation? So, what is the reason? First of all, what is the need of this girl? So, here we have seen that. So, this boy is a only single person, he can do it, but once is the expansion of the area is increases, he unable to do perfectly, then he requires some assistance. So, this assistance is wife, would be wife. So, she want to participate 100%, then she want to marry this person, and both this new couple will do the work perfectly. That means the load sharing, whatever the load on single person shared by this girl. At the same time, suppose this person is subjected to some fever, then she can attend the field. Suppose that is one reliability of the supply. That means if you can see it, so here what is happened? A single generating station is supplying to our load some area. For example, this is a one unit supplying the generating the energy supplying to this area. Suppose one problem occurred inside due to the suppose NTPC. You can take the NTPC. So, in this NTPC there is a one you can say hesitation is taking place due to the hike of the salaries. Then what will happen? This unit will stop. that this whole area is a dark, or sometimes whatever coal is not available, then this unit is spoiled, it is requires some maintenance. Then what is happen? No energy generated from this unit, and all, so till maintenance time, so this area should be the dark, no electrical supply to this area. If instead of that thing, if I connected the another unit also with this same thing, if any time, so if you are taken out for the maintenance for this unit, so we can supply the some reduced supply to this area. That means that is the reliability of supply is possible. What is the need? One is the load shedding, load sharing. Sharing takes place with the help of this boy and his wife. Okay, that is the first advantages. Second advantages, second is reliability. Reliability. Okay, so that is another important aspect. So these are the two main things for parallel operation of two units. Okay, this is a benefit. What are the rules and regulations? So this incoming fellow to connect to the already existing system. That means, so what is the procedure for marriage? She has to change its Gotram. That, so what are the reasons? What are the conditions? So that conditions are the main three conditions. What is that one? So one is the incoming system and already exist system terminal voltage is equal. So voltage should be equal. Already existing system voltage and incoming system voltage should be equal. And at the same time, the incoming system the frequency and existing system frequency should be equal. That means this should be 50 Hz and plus or minus 5%, and that also incoming new also 5% incoming. That is the phase, that is the frequency of incoming alternator must be equal to the busbar frequency. That is the second point. What is the first point? The terminal voltage of incoming alternator must be equal to the busbar voltage. So at least plus or minus 10%. This is the condition. And third condition, what is the third condition? The phase sequence of incoming alternator must be equal to the busbar frequency. That means whatever the voltage generated this direction and the coming new generator, the phase sequence should be the in phase, both should be in phase. Then what will happen? So this is a x, this is a y. So what is the resultant? So that resultant is equal to x plus y. So both will additive, that is we required. So these are the three conditions, that is the phase sequence. Okay, the phase sequence of incoming alternator must be equal to the busbar frequency. So these are the three conditions we have to satisfy before connect in parallel with the existing system of a new system. Okay, so these things you should remember. Okay, so dear students, these are already we have seen in previous classes. Okay, so based on this knowledge, now we are going to study what is the synchronous scope. Okay, what is the need of the synchronous scope? How it will works in our power system, in our generating system. Okay, let us see one by one in details. So today object is what is the objective? So that is equal to this is our object. What is the objective? The types of synchronous scope and construction and working of the Western type synchronous scope. This is the one famous synchronous scope. So let us what we have seen. So recall it. Which machine produces electrical energy in generating station, whether it may be thermal power station whether it may be a hydropower station, whether it may be nuclear power station, or it may be a diesel power station. What is the machine? What is the machine that generates? So that is nothing but our alternator or synchronous generator. Okay. Now coming to the second point. Why alternators are connected in parallel in generating stations? What is the need? Single person can handle, but what is the need to marry that girl? That is a question. What is the thing? One is the load sharing. Whatever the load easily shared by these two machines. And utmost important is the reliability of the supply. One person may be blocked, another person will try to attend the required demand. These are the two main reasons of load sharing and the reliability of two alternators. One is the already existing system, another is the incoming system. Okay. So another discussion point is what are the conditions necessary for parallel operation of alternators. So how this girl will come to the boy's house to help this person. So she has to marry that person. Okay. So what is the marriage procedure? Similarly, here what are the conditions necessary for parallel operation of alternators? One is the terminal voltage of incoming alternator must be equal to the bus bar voltage. That means suppose incoming already existing alternator voltage is equal to, for example, 11 kV. And incoming alternator the terminal voltage should be 11 kV. It should not be 9 kV, it should not be 12 kV. So how the voltage will maintained? Based on the speed, frequency. So as we know that what is the equation? So already we have seen that equations. At the same time frequency also. So what is the previous classes we have seen that the voltage induced in the alternator. So can be written as what is the voltage? So voltage induced in the alternator is equal to 4.44 frequency maximum flux. Okay. Next maximum flux and speed and KD distribution factor in case of alternator. Transformer there is no distribution factor. So here winding is distributed uniformly. So this is the basic thing. That means this voltage depend upon the flux as well as the speed. And the frequency, as you know that what is the frequency? F is equal to 120. Sorry, what is the frequency? Now this is equal to N is equal to speed of that is equal 120 F by P. P is the number of poles, F is the frequency and N is the speed. That means here the frequency N, the frequency depends on the speed. Okay, these all terms are interrelated. You can see these are all interrelated. Okay, that means the terminal voltage. So whatever the existing system, for example alternator 1 which is supplying to our load, okay, load, this voltage is equal to V1, that is equal for example 11 kV. So what is the generating voltage in generators? It's from 11 kV to 33 kV. In between there is a possible to generate. For example, you take the NTPC in Ramagundam, so it may be the 15.6 kV is each alternator generating. So this 15.6 kV step up to the 400 kV with help of the station PTR, power transformer. This 400 kV is transmitted to a long distance up to the Hyderabad with help of the transmission lines. So this voltage is the 15.6 kV. So instead of 15.6 kV, I am assuming this is one unit is generating the 11 kV now. Now I want to connect the another unit Okay, another unit I require the here, another unit, that is the A2 alternator. So it is also operated, it is generating, so voltage should be 11 kV. This is a incoming machine, this is a existing machine. Then both voltages are equal, that is this girl Gothram and boy Gothram should be match. Then we are going to proceed further for marriage. Similarly, here we are going to check it, voltage of existing system should be equal to incoming system voltage, terminal voltage, that should be equal. That is both bus bar voltages should be equal. That is the first point. Okay, what is the second point now? The second point is the frequency of incoming alternator must be equal to the bus bar frequency. As you know that, what is the frequency? Frequency is equal to Pn by 120. P is the number of poles. Poles cannot be changed, but speed, that is the speed of the alternator. So whatever the input is given as a mechanical energy given to the rotor, that decides the frequency. So already frequency, which is existing system, it is generating the 50 Hz plus or minus 5%. Similarly, the coming new one should be run such a way that it should be produced 50 Hz plus or minus 5%. That is the meaning of these two. Okay, that depend upon the speed of the rotation. So input, whether you are going to, that can be controlled with the help of the governor system. Okay, steam governor. Next, the last one is the phase sequence of incoming alternator must be equal to the incoming phase sequence of incoming bus bar. That means, so whatever this voltage V1 it is generated this direction and V2 should be generate this direction. So what will happen? Total voltage is equal to, so V1 plus vector sum of V2. So we are going to get the V resultant value, that should be more. Okay, that is the in phase. Phase sequence should be the in phase, additive, not opposite phase. So these are the three conditions should be satisfied. The incoming machine should be connected in parallel with the existing system. That means similarly, so the person should, the girl should be married that person, so should be first, the Gothram should be same, it may be same caste and same religion and other factors. Okay, so these are the some conditions for parallel operation of alternators. Okay, so now next, what is another discussion point here? So let us see. So what is the meaning of the word? Now we are all our things done. We married that girl to the person. So both are now new couple. They want to do the field work. So they're combining, they are the correl each other, coordinate each other. That is known as the synchronization. Okay, so what is the meaning of the word synchronization? Let us see. So switching on the incoming alternator to the bus bar when conditions are satisfied. What are the conditions? Terminal voltage should be same, frequency should be same, and in phase voltages should be same. After these three conditions, whatever the dowry, whatever the caste, whatever the religion, what is the Gothram, and everything is matched, then it is agreed to marriage. Similarly, the switching on the incoming alternator to the bus bar when conditions are satisfied. And second point, the incoming machine will be switched on to the bus bar when the above conditions are satisfied. So what are these conditions? Already we have seen. So these are the basic things. So if it is satisfied, so we can connect the incoming machine to the existing system. So that is known as the synchronization. That is the tambulam. We can say synchronization is nothing but tambulam. So we can say that we decided, okay, we can take the girl as a bridegroom, bride. Okay, so that is the synchronization. And so how will you know that the above conditions are satisfied? Now the Gothram and dowry or something love thing, how it is matched? So that can be decided by the what you called the elders from both sides, a mediator between the two families. So there is a puchari, they will give the decide the date of marriage. Here also we require the one person is required. Okay, now you can carry out, you can marry that girl. Similarly, okay, now you are ready to couple that person, couple to the existing system. You can connect the system. So the person has to give the green signal. For example, you take the registrar. Suppose if you want to marry officially, so you have to sign in front of the registrar. If registrar is accepted, if you are signed, then your marriage is legal. Similarly, here instead of registrar, so we require the one instrument is required, so that can decide, okay, both are the agreed, they are the major, all conditions are satisfied. Just like, so here also we require the one person, the person is nothing but synchronoscope. So synchronoscope, a synchronoscope indicates a difference in phase and frequency of voltages of the bus bars and the moving machines. So this is a synchronoscope. That is nothing but in media person, mediator, puchari, that is the pantulu. You will decide, both are equal, so matched. So they are the perfect couple. So he has to sign, he has to assurance has to give. So that person is nothing but our synchronoscope. A synchronoscope indicates a difference in phase and frequency of voltages of the bus bars and moving machines. So this is the basic thing. Now how the synchronoscope arrangement takes place in our electrical field? Okay, as we already have seen. So what are the already existing generator? Now we are going to install the another generator, new generator. So existing generator, what is the generating electrical energy supplied to the load? Now the load demand is increased. Now you are going to install the another machine. You are installed and it is ready to connect to the already existing system. So what will happen? The girl which is away from the other village, she has to adjust in the family. It will take some time. So directly she cannot handle the all works. Okay, it will take some time. So similarly here whatever the generator, new generator, the G2, that's you can see the one diagram here. The synchronoscope arrangements. So dear students, so this is our bridegroom, this person, okay, is doing work and given to the supply, this is a field. So whatever the generated G1 is simply given to the electric utmost energy is given to the load. Now load demand is increased here, demand increased, okay, then is unable to generate the more energy. Then I want required another nearby place, I am going to place the another assistant, this is a G2 girl generator. Now this person and this person, they are decided to supply the increased load. So but what will happen? So before synchronizing marriage in this then, you have to how the coordination between the G1 and G2 we require to know that is given by the certified by the this pujari, that is known as our synchronoscope or our registrar. Okay, so you can see easily here what is observed here. So this whatever the G1, it is giving the supply and giving to the load. So perfect. When load demand is increased, now load further increased, then unable to meet the load demand, then I am going to install the nearby in our plant another generator. Okay, so what will happen? So the generator is generating the electrical energy. I can measure without my voltmeter. So already, so I am always measuring the what is the existing system voltage with the help of this voltmeter. Now I can check it by with voltmeters. So V1 is equal to V2 in magnitude. At the same time, I want to check it the phase also. Okay, so by with the help of the voltmeter, okay, this voltage is generating the 11 kV, this also 11 kV generating. So if it is not, we can adjust the speed or fuel or everything. So now first point is satisfied. Now phase sequence, there is a RYB and this also RYB, phase sequence also same. Okay, that is also satisfied. Now I want the frequency. This frequency 50 Hz, for example, it is a 49.49 Hz the frequency. Now incoming mission, it may be 48. It is possible to connect. We have to check it because the 50 Hz plus or minus 5% is a tolerance value. We can connect it. The system is maintaining this range of frequency. Now we have to check it. What is the frequency? The frequency depends on the speed of the machine. So already what is the frequency? Frequency is equal to Pn by 120. 120 is a constant, P is the number of poles. So F, the frequency is directly proportional to the speed. When the speed is more, frequency is more, speed is less, frequency is less. But our frequency should be matched with the already existing frequency, F1. Here F2, this is the F2. So F1 should equal to the F2. How we are going to check it? With the help of this synchronous scope. You can see here, this is our resistor, this is our Pantulu Pujari. So what will happen? If already this existing system connected in parallel with this our synchronous scope and incoming also connected with the synchronous scope. Under normal condition, whatever the pointer indicates the center, that means these frequencies are equal, it is showing the vertical. If incoming machine runs speed, then pointer will move towards the right side. That means the rotor is very fast. And that means you have to reduce the speed of the incoming motor such that it should be equal to this one. Suppose the pointer is moving this direction, that is the incoming machine rotor is rotating slow. Then so if you have to increase the speed by seeing the synchronous scope, it should be vertical. That means it should not be slow, it should not be fast. It should be equal. That means whatever the frequency of incoming machine, whatever the existing frequency, if are equal, then it can indicate the vertical. At that condition, now you are ready to close our synchronizing switch at that condition. Now, so both will now registered, married, authorization takes once tally is over. Okay, so this is a arrangement of synchronous scope in our generating stations. Dear students, it should be every substation there is a synchronous scope, it will indicate. At that condition also we are going to close the synchronizing switch. Okay, it is clear. So you got the overall idea of what is the arrangements in our power station. Now I want to know that what is inside of the synchronous scope, how it will shows exactly equal the phase. What is the condition? So when it will goes the more and it will go slow. So I want to know, as an electrical student, I should know what is the internal operation of takes place inside the synchronous scope. Okay, let us see that is also. Now let us see what is the some details regarding to our Pujari, the synchronous scope, Pantulu Pellila Peraya. Okay, so I want to know about this person. The synchronoscope, it is a single phase device, you know that. So, here the phase, one phase and single phase device only. And it is used to determine the correct instant of closing the switch, synchronizing time of an alternator to the power station bus bars. Okay. So, it indicates it is used to determine the correct instant of closing the switch, and this is necessary when unloaded machine, incoming machine is to be connected to the bus bars in order to share the load. It indicates the difference in phase and frequency of voltages of bus bars and the moving machines. So, these are the few salient points. It is a single phase device. It is used to determine the correct instant of the closing switch, and this is necessary when unloaded, that is a incoming machine, new machine is to be connected to the already existing system for load sharing purpose. And it indicates the difference in phase and frequency of voltages of bus bars and incoming system. Okay. So, what are the different types of, these are the main functions of synchronoscope. Then what are the different types of synchronoscope? I want to know that. So, these are the classified mainly two types based on our principles. One is a moving iron type, another is a electrodynamometer type, similar to our all voltmeters and ammeters, the moving coil, moving iron instruments. And wattmeter is a moving the dynamometer type also. Some voltmeters also moving dynamometer type. Similarly, our synchronoscope also classified into, so two principles. One is a electrodynamometer type instruments, and further there is a two principles we are going to use. One is the slip ring type, another is a Western type synchronoscope. Nowadays most very famous is the Western type synchronoscope used in our power generating stations, and another type is a moving iron type instruments. Okay, dear students, so in this class we are going to concentrate on famous instrument, that is a Western type instruments. Okay, let us see. So, it has also, one is the two parts, one is the static part, another is a dynamic part. So, what is a electrodynamometer type synchronoscope? It is simple, you can see here. So, before going to that one, so I want to know that, so one basic things. What is that one? Here, for example, dear students, what will happen? Suppose you take it, here is one transformer, okay, transformer core. Now, I connected the primary winding here and I taken the this here. Now, what will happen? So, I applied the here some voltage, V1 voltage. The correspondingly based on the transformer ratio, I am going to get the V2 voltage here. Okay, this is the one thing. Now, instead of I am going to connect it, so I can connect the another voltage. For example, so I connected the one central limb. So, this you can see it. This one. Now, here I connected the one winding here. Okay, this is one. So, I connected this winding here. It is connected to my new machine, that is my bright girl. Okay, so that is a incoming alternator. So, alternator which is a new one. Okay. Now, I can connect the another winding here to already existing that person, this person, that is connected here. Okay. So, this is already existing person, alternator 1, this is a new alternator A2, both are connected. What will happen? So, once it is connected here, as per Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction, it produces a flux the flux will try to flows this direction and try to flow this direction also. Okay. At the same time, if you are applying here also, it will generate its own magnetic field here also. It is also flown magnetic field here also. Now, what will happen? If this flux is coming here, this flux is coming here. If both fluxes are coming this direction, what will happen? So, the flux in the center limb increased and more. So, that means the flux is coming here, this flux is coming here. So, what will happen? Additive, they fly one here, the phi 1, phi 2 here, both are in phase. The flux at the center limb is the sum of these two limbs as per superposition theorem, just like. Okay. So, this is the one thing. Suppose if you are connected in reverse order here, instead of what will happen? So, I am connected the reverse. So, instead of flux is going this direction. So, you can see so this one. So, here incoming is coming this direction only. Okay, this direction only. So, but what will happen? This flux is coming this direction here, such a way that we connected in opposite. So, this is current is coming here now. So, flux is generating here. This flux is phi 2 is going to the upside and phi 1 coming this time. What will happen? The flux at the central limb weaken. Okay, that is automatically the flux reduced at the central limb. That means flux phi 1 and phi 2 are both are in phase. We are going to resultant flux is a large value. If the flux phi 1 this direction, the flux phi 2 in opposite direction, we are going to resultant flux is equal to very low value, sometimes equal to the 0 also, if both are equal and opposite direction. So, these are the things maybe happen in our transformers. Okay. Now, if I connected the here one winding, then if I connected the one winding here and it is connected to one single voltmeter here, for example, connected the voltmeter, what will happen? So, here connected the V1 here, connected the V2 here, and due to the V1 circuit is closed, I1 current is flows here and it produces a flux phi 1. Here due to the V2 current is flowing here. Current is for example, you take the I2 and produce the flux phi 2. In first case, what will happen? So, both fluxes are in phase, both are additive. At that condition, the flux of the center limb is more, and on that one I connected the another winding, that is a secondary winding, that is connected across the voltmeter. That what is happened? So, due to this flux, the voltage induced in this winding secondary voltage is more, that indicated of the voltage V, voltmeter here, the voltage is equal, so here showing that voltage is equal V1 plus V2. So, it is the voltage indicator, sum of the voltage in this one. That is the one thing. Okay. In second case, what will happen? So, if the connection is reversed, then what will happen? So, the current is flowing this direction, the phi 2 is going this direction, phi 1 is coming this direction. Then due to this one, what will happen? So, here the flux is a very weak flux and there is no EMF induced in this one, the voltage in this case is 0. So, what will happen? Our voltmeter will indicates the 0 voltage if these both are equal and opposite direction. If there is difference, the difference voltage will show here. That is the one thing. Okay, this is a basic thing. So, dear students, remember here this technique we can use in our synchronoscope. Okay, let us see our synchronoscope. Now, let us see our synchronoscope. So, electro dynamometer type instruments you can see, Western type, this is a one diagram. Okay, so what you are observed here? So, here this is known as the synchronizing type, the switch. So, this is a new machine. So, this is a girl, she want to marry this person. This is our hero, he want to marry this girl, but is already employed, going to employ. What is happened? The synchronization, we are going to marry both persons. But before that, I am going to check this one. So I connected this limb with help of this person V1. So RYB connected this one, and we connected this limb with the V2, this girl. Okay, so the relatives from this girl and relatives from this boy. So both are, if coordinate each other, what will happen? There is a possible to more flux and more EMF induced in the resultant voltage, then the bulb will glows. They will enjoy the function is success. The first case. If the second case, what will happen? If the incoming these persons, the relatives are somewhat not clear, any problem, and what will happen? They are asking this direction, they are denying something, maybe it may be due to the dowry or something. Then what will happen? So they are not coordinate each other, they are opposite each other, they are quarreling each other. Then what will happen? What is the relation? The relation will spoil. That means here whatever the flux from this, due to this flux and due to this flux, will automatically less, and voltage induced is 0. VR is the resultant voltage is V0, because V1 this direction and V2 this direction, result of this voltage becomes the 0. The 0 voltage, due to this one bulb will dim. There is no relation between this girl and this person. Okay. So if both are in phase, so here resultant VR is equal to V1 plus V2, both are in phase, the voltage is more and bulb will bright more. If VR is equal 0, at this condition V1 is equal this direction and V2 is equal this direction, sum of the voltages across this one is equal 0, then bulb will only dark. No, simple. Okay, so these are the relations between here. Okay, this is now the static electrodynamometer type synchronoscope. Now coming to the dynamometer type, some moving parts is required. Let us see one example here. This is another one. Okay, it has two fixed coils, you can see here. So two fixed coils, this is a fixed coil 1 F1, this is a F2, both are connected in series. And this is a coil, you can see here, two coils are connected, the 90 degrees, this is one coil and this is another coil, both are connected center, the perpendicular to each other, quarter each other. One is connected with some resistance, another is connected through the inductor, you can see here, inductor. Then the quadrature, whatever the torques developed, that should be equal in center. Okay, so that means the pointer, you can see this is the pointer. Just like electrodynamometer type is a fixed coils, is a moving coil. Moving coil is connected with the resistors and inductors. So we will see the circuit diagram clearly. So these are the two types of, one is a electrodynamometer type, one is static type with the help of the transformer, and this is a dynamic type, the moving coil here. Iron vanes, it is a moving based on the fluxes. Okay, we will see that one. So in diagram you can see it. So total combination of static and dynamic, you can see here. What is the construction of this thing? Okay, let us see the construction. So what is its construction? It has two parts. So as we know that this is a static part, static, this is the dynamic. So there is a movements here, there is no movements here. So simply it will glows or dark based on the phases between the V1 and V2. Here the pointer indicates the motor incoming motor speed, it will be slow or fast, you can indicate it here. Okay, you can see what is happened. The maximum from incoming, this is a new machine, this is the girl. So this is already, this is the boy. Okay, so bus bars we connected the RYB here. So before that, so here is there is a marriage time. So we have to correct time, we have to close the switch. So muhurtam, that is the we require the muhurtam is indicated by the our pantulu. This is the known as the our pantulu or indicators here. It will indicate when we are going to knot the 3 knots. Okay, so what are the construction? Let us see first of all. Already we know basic things. It has 2 main parts. One static part and another is a dynamic part. The static part consists of 3 limbed transformers. You can see this is the static one, this is the dynamic one. The static consists of 1, 2, 3 limbs on which this is the one winding here connected, another winding is connected, this is the center. Okay. Now, it has 3 windings on each limb and a lamp is connected to the center limb. One of the outermost winding is excited by the bus bar, existing bus bar, and other outermost winding is excited by the incoming alternators. So you are observing here connected the our V1, this is connected the V2. Incoming, this is a new, this is a existing, this is a local, this is a outsider. Okay. Now, the other connected, the winding on central limb, that is the we can say is the both are primary. Now central is a secondary. The secondary winding is connected to a lamp as shown in the figure. Okay, so what will happen when the instrument is connected between the bus bar? The incoming alternator is shown here. The synchronized switch should be kept open. So here that means so ready to this thali should be ready, but don't knot it. So it requires some correct muhurtam is required. Okay, so that is told by Pantulu Pujari. Okay, now this is some construction point of view. Let us see working how it will works. The working when voltage of the 2 primaries are in phase. So that means here what is happen? So here both. So this is the primary, this is the primary, this is the secondary. So V1 and V2 both are voltages. When the voltages of the 2 primaries are in phase, 2 primary fluxes in the central limb are additive. The flux phi 1 and flux phi 2 are additive. So phi r is equal, now resultant phi r is equal phi 1 plus phi 2 vector sum. The lamp glows with maximum brightness, exact synchronization is obtained if both are. So what will happen? Flux is more EMF induced. If you connect to the bulb, so more voltage will comes. You know that. So if you connect the V1 is connected, for example, here connected the 100 volts, the bulb will this direction. If V2 alone you connected the 100 volts, then bulb will this. Now if you are going to connect the V1 plus V2, that is the 200 volts, then what is the brightness of the bulb? Bulb brightness is increases. That is required here. Okay. Now, when the primary flux in the central limb are additive, the secondary induced is maximum. The lamp glows with the maximum brightness and exact synchronization is obtained in this condition. Okay, so both are additive. If the both fluxes are opposite to each other, out of phase, that means 180 degrees out of phase. So there is no what will happen? So the girl and boy are the mutual cooperate each other, coordinate each other, lovers, then automatically marriage will occur. So what will happen? If the person is not like the girl if not like the boy, then what will happen? There is no marriage between these persons. The phase displacement between the 180 degrees between the incoming and existing is 180, then what is the resultant flux is 0. Then bulb will no EMF induced, bulb will dark. So, same thing you can see if the other condition arises. When the two voltages are 180 degrees out of phase with each other, that means the one voltage is this direction V1 magnitude and this direction. So, V2 is the magnitude this direction, but is the opposite. Then what will happen? So, nullify each other. In previous cases, V1 this direction, V2 this direction, both are additive. In this case, the V1 may be, so you can write it another way also. The V1 is this person, the phase is this direction, is phase this direction, and V2 the phase is this direction. What is happened? So, there is a disturbance between the two persons. Okay. So, out of 180 degrees. In previous case, both are same phases. Okay. Now, the resultant flux in the central limb is 0, nullify each other. No EMF induced in the winding of the central limb. Then the bulb does not glow at all. So, no voltage induced in that one. Okay. That is the main idea. Now, if the frequency of incoming emission and bus bar are not equal, the lamp will be alternatively bright and dark in lamp flickers. So, here what will happen? Suppose here we have to match two frequency and phase sequence also we have to match it. If the frequency of the incoming machine and already bus bar are not equal, so these frequencies are not. So, if you see the radio, by tuning the frequency, so there is a station will meet, then we will give the some song. If it is a disturbed, it is not tuned perfectly, there is a noise dominated the song. Similarly, here also, if the frequency of the incoming machine, whatever the frequency F1 and bus bar F2 are not equal, lamp will flicker. So, that means here the bulb is connected here. So, here coming the F1, here coming to the F2 in this direction. So, for example, this may be 49 Hz, it may be 52 Hz. So, difference this will close and bulb will flicker, that is a dark and bright, dark and bright, it will flicker the bulb. The synchronizing switch should be closed when the lamp flickers at a very slow rate. Slowly bulb will glow, slowly bulb will dark. At that condition, we are going to knot the tali. That is, we have to close our synchronizing switch. That is the correct muhurtam. Okay. So, and it is at maximum brightness. Why the maximum brightness? That is a total voltage appeared across the bulb is a maximum. That is a V1 plus V2 in phase. So, that is the situation. Okay. Now, so generally how the synchronous scope present in our power station? If you observed in our generating station, whether it is a thermal power station or hydro power station, there is a control room. In that there is a different type of the meters installed on a mimic diagram on a control panel. Sometimes we can, there is a synchronous scope, AC voltmeter, ammeter and frequency meters, power factor meters, different meters will may be available. You can see one model of this synchronous scope in our power station. Okay. So, where is the synchronous scope? You can see this is our hero here. Okay. Now, you can see the dynamic type. So, where is a rotating takes place. So, whether is a incoming machine speed is low or fast, easily identified by our synchronous scope dynamometer type. Okay. So, that can be used in synchronous scope dynamometer type. Let us see that one also. So, this is one example of synchronous scope in dynamometer type. What it contains? This is a existing system. It is connected with this north and south poles. and this is a incoming new system. And here is connected the two coils. You can see this is a one coil, this is the another coil. These coils are connected the quadrature each other, perpendicular to each other. One coil connected the resistance, another coil is connected the inductance. That means they are going to phase displacement with the two coils quadrature each other. Okay, so this is the arrangement you can see here. Okay, now so this is a practical synchronous scope used in our power generating stations, synchronous scope. So based on this pointer, the pointer indicates at this direction, so both are coordinate each other. So there is a relation going to be occur. Okay, so operation, so basic operation we can see it. So I want to know that clearly this diagram. Okay, let us see another figure. So this is a figure. So what it contains, just as a circuit. You can see, so it is a two phases connected. Here R phase is connected here and connected with the one pole, and the same is connected to another pole is closed one. Okay, the pole, north pole, for example, this is the north pole, this is the south pole connected to the already existing system. Whereas you can see this is a one coil, this is the another coil, the perpendicular to each other, we can say the armature. The pointer is placed in the center, placed here, and one coil is connected to the resistance and another coil is connected to the inductive coil. Okay, so these are connected here and both are connected to the another phase, two phases connected. Okay, in previous cases. Once this frequency and these frequencies are equal, then pointer will indicates at null point at center, exactly center. If incoming instruments speed is increased, then frequency increases, the torque developed in this coil try to move this direction, then it will indicate the pointer will come this direction, that indicates that this incoming machine speed is more. So then this is one act as a retarding torque, another acting as a deflecting torque. Under both conditions, the torque T1 is equal to T2, both coils, it is a center, that is at under both frequencies are equal, both speeds are equal. If the incoming machine frequency, the speed is more, frequency more, then so it dominates this coil, then torque developed is more, it try to move the pointer deflecting torque this direction. So it will shows the past direction, the extreme right, that indicates that so the incoming motor, the incoming machine alternator rotor is running fast. So what to do? We have to reduce the steam to the turbine with the help of the governor system. Then automatically rotor speed reduces, frequency reduces. When this frequency or existing frequency are mutual each other, then the pointer will goes and at the center. At that condition, we are going to close it, our synchronizing switch. Okay, so this is a simple circuit diagram, dear students, don't confuse it. Further, you want to know, so you can see the figure also. Here you can see it. A dynamic part in the circuit indicates whether the incoming machine is slow or fast. So you can here you can observe it is this side is a extreme right is a fast, it is a left, at center is this one. So this coil, fixed coil, this is a movable coil. Here movable connected in the one capacitor, phase displacement purpose. Here resistance and inductance connected to the fixed coils. The fixed coil is a divider. So 100 turns, 50 turns one coil and 50 turns 100 coil. It is connected to the one is the inductance and the other side is the resistance connected here. This is known as this is a fixed coil connected in series. Nothing but it is connected in the series. At the same time, so another coil is also connected, so nearly perpendicular to each other, and is connected to the machine with the already existing voltage. So under normal condition, so whatever the torque flux produced here, torque produced is exactly equal, the pointer indicates the 0 position. If incoming frequency is more, it will try to move this direction. If incoming machine frequency is less, it try to move this direction slow. So based on the position of the pointer, whether the speed is slow, whether the speed is fast, depending upon that reading, we are going to control the speed of our rotor, mechanical input to our alternator. Okay, so that is a very simple, you can easily understand. A fixed coil is divided into two parts. It carries a small current. Okay. Now, it is connected in series with a resistance across the bus bar, you can observe it. The moving coil is connected in series with the machine capacitors, you can see already existing machine. The control springs, that is a capacitor, nothing but capacitor, control torque is produced by this one, act as a current lead for the moving coil. In moving coil, capacitor is connected to lead that thing. So when two voltages V1 and V2 are in phase with each other, so whatever the voltages, this voltage V1 and V2 are each other in phase with each other, magnitude and phase angle is equal each other. The current in the fixed coil I1, the current, where is the fixed coil? So current is connected in the fixed coil. So you can see the fixed coil is this one, okay, this is I1. Moving coil is this one, do not confuse it. The moving coil always connected in the existing system, the fixed coil connected in incoming machine. So here is our girl, this side, here the figure is some changed. So this is the bridegroom, it is a bride. Now I1, our girl current, the I2, this is this one here. The current in fixed coil I1, the current moving coil I2 will be in quadrature with each other. There will be no torque on the instrument. So both torque is developed on the same. The control springs are arranged such that the pointer is in vertical position under this balanced condition. Okay. Now same thing. Now you can see if the incoming machine voltage V2 leads the bus bar voltage V1, suppose whatever the voltage that is incoming, the bride, the girl leads the boy V1, the torque changes from a negative value through 0 to positive value. So that indicates that what will happen? The motor indicates fast. The lamp will bright automatically. The pointer moves the dial from the left to right through the vertical position. So that means what is the meaning of this one? You can see here. So here what is happened? So the pointer is this one. Okay. So here this is a slow, this is a fast. Suppose this girl, this is a boy, already existing boy. If it dominates, voltage is more, the frequency also more, the torque is developed is more, then try to move this pointer this direction. Then pointer will move this direction. At that condition we can understand that, oh, the rotor speed of this incoming motor is more, that is why frequency is more here. So what is the remedy? We have to reduce the speed of this machine, then pointer will come to this position for synchronization purpose. Okay. So that is the meaning of this. If the incoming machine voltage V2 leads the bus bar voltage V1, the torque changes from a negative, from this value to the pointer goes from this to 0, 0 to extreme right. Lamp will bright now. The pointer moves on the dial from the left to right through a vertical position. When the voltages of V1 and V2 are out of phase, so what will happen? There is no matching at all between these two persons, V1 and V2. The pointer moves back. This will not be visible as the lamp remains dark. Then what is the voltage? V1, vector sum of V1 plus V2 is equal to 0. The bulb will dark position. The pointer traverses in the dial in one direction only. That means the speed may not be matched. The instant of synchronizing is when the pointer is visible at its central position and the moving very slowly, and the bulb will bright. These are the conditions. Okay. So, these are the synchronization switch. What to do here? Okay. So, we are going to close the switch, the switch synchronization. What will happen? So, this person and this person, so the voltage V1 and V2 are equal, the frequency F1 and F2 are equal, and phase this one and these phases are equal, then we are going to close this switch. Okay. So, this indicated by our machine. So, the pointer will indicate whether the speed of this are equal or not. That indirectly will tell that what is the frequency of both machines. Okay. This is a roll-up synchronous scope in our genetic station to connect the new alternator to existing bus bar system. Okay. So, these are the few points regarding the synchronous scope. Let us summarize what we have seen in this class. So, we have seen different types of synchronous scope. So, in our syllabus we have the Western type, we have seen the static type and a dynamic type. In that we have seen the construction and the working of Western type synchronous scope, how it will operates, how it will when we are going to close the synchronizing switch. Okay. So, dear students, so I think you have some idea regarding what is synchronous scope, what is the internal parts, how it will works when we are going to close the synchronizing switch. Okay. Thank you for listening my class.